Y'all know I like the way that be looking. All right, y'all, let's get you together. Let's get it together. Welcome back, ladies, to the Grown Women's Table. Ladies, it's your girl Lori. Hey, girl, hey, how y'all doing today? I hope you guys are having a great day. Good morning to me. Good evening to y'all. Wait for y'all to come on in here. I waxed my brows, y'all. I don't know if you guys can tell. Hey, Lala. I'm messing with my brows because I waxed them. I was trying to be really careful for my first time, like doing it myself for real. Well, this is my second time. But I like them so far. This one looks really good. This one look okay. But I found me a new shape for how I wear my eyebrows now. So I figure the way I got them waxed, it's going to work out fine. But that's my new thing. I'm going to wait for a few more people to get in the room, and we're going to get started. And your shape changes all the time? Yeah, I changed it to this because I feel like when I wear my brows going downward like that, it makes my eyes smaller, and I already have hooded lids, so I need as much space as possible to me. So when I wear them coming up and kind of going out like that, it opens up the eye more. It gives me a little bit more eye space to work with. Yeah, that's what, I feel like it works. Yeah. Today, oh, sorry for smacking. Today, what we're going to do is do some eyelid swatches of my baby. And I need y'all to help me figure out which one of these foundations I'm going to get, because I'm not going to do a full face because I got to go to the gym. So I got my little gym shirt on. So I'm halfway ready. So I'm not going to do like makeup, but I do want to talk. I definitely want to talk today about our topic. Hi, Pinky. How you doing? Welcome. So, and I'm going to have to get off of here in an hour. How do I sleep since working out before going to work? I was telling Jamal, that my husband, that I do feel like I'm more tired. Like I'm tired. Hey, Shell. I do be tired, and I have been sleeping better. Instead of me working out before going to bed, I have been sleeping better now since I'm working out before going to work. So yes, it is. I think it might be helping. Because when I tell you your girl be laying down, I'll be laying down. So yes, I think it is helping me. But I do feel a lot more tired, which is weird. I don't know. Like I was telling him, I haven't been taking my vitamins. And we changed our diet a little bit. So I haven't been eating as many carbs. So that's probably another reason why I'm tired too. Oh, I'm hot all of a sudden. I'm drinking this coffee. When I drink coffee, it makes me want to sweat. But only got an hour tonight. So I wanted to do my swatches so you guys could see the swatches of my palette. For those who didn't see the live yesterday, I was able to get my hands on the Pat McGrath Star Wars palette. Well, it's actually the I can never say it. Declan, y'all know what I'm talking about, palette. This is what she looks like. And while we do eyelid swatches, we can just talk. I figured we could just talk. Oh, did I bring out? Well, I only got one. It's gonna have to work. So tonight's tub is, y'all, I cannot, hold on, let me drink some coffee. Give me a minute. One moment, please. The subject tonight is going to be, so you're never wrong. Yes, this palette has some beautiful colors. So I want to talk about, you know, here at the Grown Women's Table, we're all about lifting up women, supporting women, and becoming the best us that we can be. And so I said for myself, 2020, I'm focusing on myself. I'm focusing on protecting my energy. Those are two things that I'm really focusing on. And I feel like for me personally, every 10 years, I kind of go through this little thing where I can start to really examine myself, look at me, and want to make some changes. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I noticed it when I turned 30, when I turned 40, and I'm about to turn 50, and I'm having that feeling of like, I need to take a good look at myself and, you know, deal with me. And so one of the things that I want to deal with is, right, I wish I'm a better person. Yeah, one of the things I want to deal with is making sure I'm taking accountability for my actions. Hey, Ree, making sure I'm taking accountability for my actions and the things that I do. And most importantly, the role that I play in situations. So, for example, if, say me and my husband get into an argument, right? And we just going back and forth. And then after the argument, you know, we might not talk for a day or whatever. But then I have to sit back and think, you know, of course I'm mad and I feel like, oh, it's all his fault, you know? But then I still have to sit back and think and say, okay, Lori, what role did you play in this? What did you do? How did you react? You know what I'm saying? Did you say this in the right way? Were you being very nice, or were you being sarcastic, or were you being, you know, what role did I play? Or am I going to take that stance that it's always his fault and I'm never wrong? And sometimes I think it's easier for us to point the finger at other people and make ourselves the victim and feel like we're not the one that's wrong. The other person is always the person that's wrong. But you always have to look back at yourself and say, okay, what did I do? So that's what I wanted to talk about. So we're going to go into the first color, and they do have the name. Let me pull this little thing out. The names are on a card. And the first color is called Gold Standard. So we're going to put Gold Standard on this lid. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to show you what Gold Standard. This is what Gold Standard looks like. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. And I'm not going to put any primer or anything, y'all. We're just going to see what it do. Let me see if I can pull you in. Well, I can't pull it in too much closer. Hold on. So the question is, when you find yourself in a situation, do you take the time to figure out what you did? What role did you play? Are we really taking the time out and looking at the situation? I don't know if I want to use this brush. This is not the brush I want. Are you really taking the time out and looking at the situation and checking yourself and figuring out what role did you play in the situation? Or are you just always right? I like to think that I see through the other eyes and other sides. Hey, Tammy. Okay. Yeah. A lot of times I do myself personally. I do, hey, work hard. I do check myself, but then there are sometimes I know, especially in certain relationships, like I might, like with other people relation with like my friends and stuff, I might look at the role. But sometimes when it's people the closest to you, oh y'all, look at that. I'm just using my little Smashbox brush. That's pretty. Yes, this is gold standard. But sometimes when, like, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes like with my husband, I tend to be pointing the finger sometimes. You know what I mean? I'm being really honest with y'all. And I'll be like, it wasn't me, it wasn't me. But then sometimes it do be me, because at the end of the day, what's the common denominator? You. Oh, okay. All right, so that's gold standard. What's the next color? This next color is called Inferno. I want a flat brush. There we go. This is the next color. Do you find yourself maybe get into an argument with a person, the same person over and over again? And do you ever think that maybe it's you? Or do you always just assume they're wrong? Ooh. Y'all, these shadows I'm putting on without any primer, nothing. Hey, Rhea. That's a good one. No, it's got more of a I don't know, like to me it's a reddish orange type color. That's a good question. Yeah, like a peach. Yeah. So the question was, do you know how to say sorry and put your balls down? Yes, that's another thing. Do you know how to say, hey, my bad, I messed up, I have to take responsibility for whatever, you know, what I said, what I did, or how I perceived the situation? Because that's very important. That's another way of checking yourself. That's another way of taking, I'm going to take it off, y'all, taking responsibility for your actions instead of always trying to be the one that's never wrong or always trying to be the victim. Because if you always seem to find yourself as the victim, oh, they did me wrong. Oh, they said the wrong thing to me. Or, oh, they did this to me. Me. You keep hearing yourself saying me all the time. Then a lot of times I feel like you're not taking responsibility for your own actions because the common denominator is me. Hey, Lady T. Slay girl. And if we're trying to be grown women and we're trying to be women to be an example for our younger women, we have to take responsibility for our actions. We have to be willing to look in the mirror and say, you know what? I was wrong. And we're going to be wrong. Hey, Pam, we're going to be wrong sometimes because, for one, no one is perfect. Okay, what's the next color? For those that just came in the room, we're doing eye swatches of the Star Trek palette. You know, y'all, I might be doing it. No. I don't think this Well, the next color is called Blue Blood, which is this one. Yes, girl, I'm so happy to have my Star Wars palette. Hey, Kay. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So what we're talking about, for those that just came in, we're talking about, do you take the time out to check yourself and see what role you play in your situations? Or are you always the victim? Or is it always somebody else's fault? That's what we're talking about. Are you the one that's never wrong? It's never me. I never do anything wrong. It's always the other person. And Lala said that once you realize that you have done something, you have to be willing to apologize. Oh, I like this color. This almost feels like a matte. I know it's not a matte, but it's a shimmer, but I feel like this could be used as a matte. Like it could be blown out. This is a beautiful color. What y'all think? And another thing I want to talk about too is when we always feel like we're the victims. You reassess, okay. Okay, Lala. Lala says she hate always having to say she's sorry to people she love. I'd rather just be a better person and change. Yes, girl, we're going deep because we at the Grown Women's Table. We trying to be better women in 2020, but we got to look at self. You know, you got to realize that, hey, I am not always the victim. And when you find yourself always being the victim, the common denominator is you. If you're the victim, if you're falling out with your mama, your brother, your cousin, your husband, your co-worker, your sister, the man outside on the street, and you falling out with all these different people, who's the common denominator? You. Okay, Rhea said, I feel like you could say you're sorry all day, but at the end of the day, people are going to believe and do what they want. Right, but we're not talking about what other people do. We're talking about, let me make sure I'm reading that correctly. Hold on. I feel like you could say sorry all day. At the end of the day, people are gonna believe and do what they want. Okay, they're gonna believe and do what they want. That's true, but what we want to focus is on me. If I offended you or if I've done something to you and I apologize to you, I'm gonna make sure I'm understanding what your response. So if you do something to someone and you apologize, okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so you're saying people might not believe your apology. Now that is true. Some people might not be willing to accept your apology, might not believe your apology, but at the end of the day, all you can do is say, hey, I am sorry for my behavior. And I am going to try to do better. And then let your actions speak for themselves. And then after that, that's all you could do. You have to check yourself, Lady. Hi, beautiful National Makeup 60. Yeah, I have to check myself, y'all, And it's so easy to fall into that victim mentality, fall into that I am never wrong. It's always you. But no, boo-boo, it be me sometimes. Now, sometimes it's you, but then sometimes it's me. So I just want to make sure when it is those times that it is me, that I acknowledge it. And I, do what I need to do as far as to be a better person. The next color is called Sinful, you guys. So this is Sinful. Because I was listening to the radio. This one made me really think about this topic. I listened to the radio this morning on the way to drop my husband off. And they were talking about how to free yourself, how to release yourself from past traumas and things like that. And this is part of the reason why I wanted to talk about this. And the thing that the guy was saying was, he said, when you go through something, when someone does something to you, and you keep replaying that situation over and over and over in your mind, it's like a movie. There's going to be a villain, there's going to be a victim. Most times the victim's going to be you, or it's going to be a hero, and most times the hero is going to be you. You know what I'm saying? And it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and you can never let it go because you created something that's even more bigger than what it actually was in the first place. Because we don't know how to look at the situation, assess our role that we played in the situation, and then simply you gotta let it go. Hey, Bridget. Pam said, I agree. Your actions say a lot about who and what I am. Exactly. Hold on. Lala said, I gotta have people call me out because sometimes I hurt feelings and not realize it. Realize I just be trying to be funny. True, exactly. And that's another thing. You have to have people in your life. This is a good point. You have to have people in your life that will pull your coattail and say, girl, what are you doing? Girl, do you realize how that sounds? Or girl, why are you acting like that? You need people that's gonna come to you, that love you, and will pull your coattail and let you know you're wrong. Even if what you're doing is not intentional, but you need people in your life that will tell you. That's you replay situations from years ago. Exactly. So when you're replaying that situation that happened years ago, you can never free yourself from that situation. So if you were the victim in that situation that happened 10 years ago, guess what? 10 years later, you're still the victim in the movie. You feel me? So when you say, okay, this is what happened, this was my role, this was their role, now I got to let it go because it still affects me. And the only way it's going to not affect me is to let it go. Because 9 times out of 10, y'all, when people do something to you and hurt you, you're holding on to that pain and hurt, and they have moved on and ain't even thinking about you no more. Girl, Lady T, let me tell you how I got this palette. For those that didn't watch my live yesterday, I got my hands on the Star Wars palette, which is the y'all know what it is, palette. So you have to watch the live. Long story short, I was not able to get the palette. Palette was sold out. This palette is like everybody and their mama wanted this palette, and a lot of people were upset that they didn't get the palette. I'm gonna come get to the comments, y'all. And so I sent the message to Pat McGrath. No response. Then all of a sudden I get a response, and I'm able to get the palette. So yes, I really look at her differently. I'm like, thank you. Okay, Rhea, so when you go, you think about the situation that happened 10 years ago, and now you mad all over again. Exactly. So it's constantly hurting you. Beautiful. Now, that happens to you sometimes? Yeah, so you reliving that whole experience. I'm supposed to be putting the shadow on. Hold on, let me put the shadow on. What color is it? Sinful. I'm gonna put sinful. So you're reliving that whole situation all over again. You're reliving the pain, the trauma all over again, and you're being hurt all over again. Oh wow. Oh whoa. Okay, sinful. Do y'all see this? Wow. It has like a green olive color, a green olive goldish color. Let me look at the comments. Pam said, "You are right, Lori, having a similar issue. I'm trying to forget the situation, but sometimes I lash out and need to recheck myself." Exactly. Because it makes you when you get mad about something happens, you're going to react. And then it affects the people around you that really ain't have nothing to do with your situation anyway. Okay, Lacey, that's good. You got your husband to be like, okay, rein you back in. Exactly. And I appreciate, I have people in my life that do that as well. That be like, girl, you tripping. And let me just say this. Public service announcement. If I'm tripping, if I'm out of order and you're my friend, it's a requirement for you to check me. If you don't check me, then I'm gonna have to look at you like you really ain't got my back. Yeah, this is a gorgeous color. Bridget said, "I need when I came in." What did you need, Bridget? This color is gorgeous, y'all. So you gotta have people in your circle that's gonna your kids will want to tell you, yeah. You have to have people in your inner circle that not afraid to hurt your feelings. Because I'm gonna be honest now. When you check me, my feelings might get hurt. I might even be mad. Oh, okay. Yeah, your real ones. I might be mad. My feelings might be hurt. And then this is, yeah, just come correct, be straight up. And you have to know your people. Like, I know I can be harsh. So you got to first know yourself. I know I can be harsh. And I got a couple of people in my inner circle that kind of got similar personalities to me. So they might be a little harsh, when they come. But I know it's coming from a place of love. But I'm the type of person that I process information. Like we're talking right now, and I'm listening to you. But if you're telling me something about myself, I'm going to listen, but I might not process it until we get off the phone or until we get away from each other. And then I'm going to process that information because sometimes I might be like, girl, what are you talking about? But if it's coming from somebody I know that's only telling me something out of love, I will process it. That's just how I process information. So you need to figure that out too. But yeah, you can be blunt too. Yeah, I can be blunt and I know it. And that's why I try hard not to be, because everybody cannot receive what you're saying to them, even though it's coming from love when you're so blunt. But I know that's me. And if you're around me, that's just Lori. And let me take that back. Not it's just Lori. That's how I communicate. And sometimes I have to check myself and try not to be that way. But if I love you and you're walking down the street and a semi truck is coming, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to be like, hey, come on, get out the street. I'm be like, get your butt out the street. Because I'm scared. I love you. I don't want nothing to happen to you. So I'm trying to get your attention. So that's how I communicate sometimes. Right. You don't want to be around, right, Pinky? No one wants to be around someone that's the victim 24/7. Because no one's on earth the victim 24/7. If you're always the victim, there's a common denominator. You. And you need to figure out, why am I always the victim? Right. Hey. So I feel like we as women have to be able to check ourselves and make sure that we're taking accountability for our behaviors. The next color, you guys, is called Blue World. No, Underworld. This one right here. We have to be able to take accountability for our actions, because that just makes us a better person versus being the same. And if you, and this is another thing too, y'all, you know, I'll be all over the place. But if you are the same person you are today as you were 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, you might have to go through the process of pain. You might have to do, I call it the process of pain, because it's painful to look at yourself. You be like, Lord, show me me. Have you ever asked God to show you? And you think you all that in a bag of chips. And then you find out, nope, you're a procrastinator. Nope, you're a little lazy. Nope, you be gossiping all the time. Nope, you don't finish what you're supposed to do. That's painful to realize all those flaws about yourself. And then try, hey, queen, and then then you got to work on that. But it's a process of pain. You have to go through that, because if not, you will be that same person 20 years that you were 20 years ago. Haven't grown, haven't done anything within your, yeah, some people are very stubborn, yeah. Good night, sweetie. Haven't grown, haven't done anything with your mental. That's pretty. Now, this is another one of those, this one, I know there's no mattes in this palette, but this is another one that is like a shimmer, but I feel like I can play with it like a matte, like blow it out. That's gorgeous. Oh, this is real pretty. Yeah, so I feel like, you know, we have to go through the process of pain. We have to check ourselves. We cannot be the victim. As a woman, as a mother, I have to be straight up blunt with my daughters. I know who I am, and that's why I can look in the mirror every day and smile. Exactly. You have to take the time to deal with yourself. But if you're playing the victim role all the time, then you never can deal with yourself, because you're too busy blaming others. You're never wrong. Oh my goodness, of course I didn't do anything wrong. But we have to take the time, y'all, I'm loving this, to go through the process of pain. Some videos to help me with my studies, and your notification popped up. Hold on. I just want to say hi, giving you a thumbs up. Got to go back to educate. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. You girl, you keep doing what you do. All right, the next color is called Sterling. And it's that one. And this is another thing too, especially like Pam said, as a mother, if you're always the victim, and that's the role you take on in your life as the victim, what are you teaching your daughters? What are you teaching your children? Because the thing is, yeah, you tell your kids what they're supposed to do. You tell your kids how they're supposed to act. But let me tell you, your kid's going to do what they see you do. Oh, wow. This is pretty. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. And that one had a little bit of fallout too, y'all. Y'all, that one had some fallout onto my face. But Sterling, oh, these two colors together. Look at me, I'm taking eyeshadow off my eye to put onto the other eye. Now you can see how good that. If you can take the eyeshadow off one eye and then place it onto the other eye, look at that. That would be so pretty together. Those two are gonna be gorgeous together. But that's sterling. That's a pretty look, right? That's a look. This right here is a look. Real quick. So that's another reason why we have to really, as women, check ourselves, because we got little mini women watching us. And even if, like for myself, I don't have any children. I've never had kids. Well, I raised my sister and I'm raising my nephew, but I have a lot of nieces and nephews that look at me and they look at me. And I know I have an influence on their lives. So if I'm always the victim, what influence is that? I don't even want to take this off. It's so cute. Okay. So that's something else I had to look at too, you know. I just had to sit back and think when you said that my girls always see me pop off. I need to work on that. My temper is something else. Exactly, Ree. Exactly. Especially, you know, when you're at home, we're at home, so I'm comfortable. That's my comfortable place. So I am my rawest self at home. But you also have to remember you have kids at home and they're going to mimic the behavior. So that's so true. Hey, Queen. Yeah, that silver did. It just brightened up my whole face. Hey, Linda. You know, so our behaviors are not just about ourselves, it's about those that are around us. And that's why I say I'm working on myself, because it affects those that are around me. And I can't always be the victim. And I'm not saying that things don't happen to us that are wrong. I'm not saying that. I know things happen to us that are wrong, unfair, traumatic. You know, you get disappointed. I'm not naive that's saying none of that stuff happens. I really hear hubby say, "You right, babe." Yeah, I'm not negating that stuff happens, but I'm talking about, you know, everything is not traumatic. Everything is not unfair. Everything that happens to us, you know what I'm saying? We play a role in a lot of situations in our lives. So we just have to check ourselves. Oh, you like to hear him say that? Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then also those things that do happen to us that are bad, if we don't let it go, we will always be the victim in whatever that situation is. And as women, I know as women, we go through some stuff. So what the solution is to me, this is what I feel like my suggestion. And then you guys give us some suggestions also. When a situation happens, I want to try, before I react to it, I want to try to figure out what role did I play in it first. Because sometimes, like you said, you get, like, I could be hot tempered too and just pop off. But I need to sit back and think, what role did I play in this situation? How did I add to this situation? Did I do something to make the situation worse? Did I say something to make the situation worse? And then take responsibility for that, instead of playing the victim role. Okay, the next color is called Lapis Luxury. It's that color right there. Because we play that victim. It's so easy to play the victim, get the crying and you know, oh, woe is me, woe is me. No, boo boo. What did you do? What you do? Oh my gosh, y'all, look at this color. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's kind of got like a aqua color to it, turquoise. And y'all, I'm putting these, y'all see, I'm not putting no primer, no nothing. I'm not wetting no brushes. Pat McGrath's formula is amazing. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, that's what, yeah. I was able to get my hands on it. And check out the video from the last live and you can find out how I was able to get it. Because you know it was so, Bridget, you know how hard it was to get this one. I just got it yesterday. Okay, wait a minute, wait a minute. Linda said, I don't know exactly what you guys are talking about, but sometimes. Yes, girl, ding, 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 ding. Linda just hit me right on the head. A lot of times, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. My husband said that to me a lot. Like I'll be saying something to him, and I think you need to do A, B, Z, E, F, G. Is how you say it. So that's the role that I play. Even though what I was saying is true, even though I'm not meaning to be being malice, but it's how I'm presenting it to him. So that's what got him offended. So, for example, thank you, Linda. This is about me. This is something I'm sharing with y'all about me as far as what role you play. I might say, I'm gonna just make up something. You need to go to the bank before 12 o'clock and put this money in the bank. But this is how I'm gonna say it though. This is what I want you to do. I need for you to go put that money in the bank before 12 o'clock, okay? So then what happens is he's offended. He's not offended because I'm telling him I want him to go put the money in the bank before 12 o'clock. He's offended because how I came to him. And so once he gets offended, then he says something to me. That's how an argument gets started. Just like that, right? So the argument gets started. So then he'll say something to me that'll offend me, and then we'll go back and forth. So now it's a big argument. And then I feel like, oh, you disrespected me. You not respecting me. And he's the villain. But in actuality, no, boo-boo. It was me. Because I started it off with a negative attitude because of how I said what I said. But I could easily not acknowledge that and just be the victim. That's a great one. That's a good one for me. What we're talking about, Linda, is are you always the victim or you're never wrong? And you need to, we're talking about checking ourselves and taking responsibility for our actions, because as grown women, we have to take responsibility for our actions. You have to look at yourself and see what role you played in the situation. I'm a 54-year-old, and one thing I've learned is that I will not allow anyone to put me in a place of negativity, whether it's a friend, family. I can just remove myself. That's a good thing too. You can just remove yourself from the situation. I think a lot of times the stress from work and stuff from your day plays a part in that. Leave the stress That's so true, Pinky. You bring home. That's why this year I told you guys I'm protecting my energy at all costs. So like Pam said, remove yourself from those situations, and then like Pinky said, leave that at the door. Don't bring that into your home. You know what I mean? Don't bring that. Release that and let that go. Don't bring that into your environment. Those are hey Marlo, I'm glad you had a great vacation. Right, you know what I'm saying? So we have to take responsibility. Right, it's how you talk, right? What we're talking about, Marlo, I was able to get my hands on this, and we're doing swatches, and we're talking about Are you the victim, or are you taking responsibilities for your behaviors? Are you checking yourself? Are you seeing what role you play in a situation? Or is it, I'm always the one right and you always the wrong? You're always the one that is wrong. So that's what we're talking about. Right, Queen. Right. Is this live slow with comments? I don't know. It might just be me. Why is this restricting comments? So Bridget says she removed herself from all the negativity. Right. Hey, Vicky J. Look, girl. Look. Look. Yeah, it might be me slow to get to the comments. Girl, you know, Marlo. But girl, Marlo, let me tell you, this palette was sold out. And Pat McGrath hit your girl up in the DMs. That's how I got it. She responded to one of my DMs. Right, have to learn how to talk without fussing. Exactly. Come through, Auntie Pat. Yes, y'all. I'm telling you. And that's another thing too. When you take the time, go through the process of pain, deal with your stuff, and you know how to walk differently in this world, and you put off positive energy and good vibes, y'all. Good vibes and positive energy. Do you know how many people want this palette? Like, for real? Karma. Nothing, yeah. Right, you have to, yeah. Yes, girl, I was so like, ooh. Okay, the next color is Divine Mink. This color right here. Yes, when you see you're in a situation that's toxic and negative, you have to remove yourself from it. That's part of protecting your energy. Like, no. And you know I always go from one subject to the next, but since we talking about energy, y'all know. The girl, yes, it is. Thank you. Protecting your energy is key because you have people in your life that will come and be on your same energy level and add to your energy. And then you got people, your energy level up here, theirs is down here, and all they want to do is take your energy. And most times when people who's on an energy, they're vibrating up here, their vibrations is up here, and you got people who vibrating down here, it's because they haven't went through the process of pain. They haven't taken the time to get to know themselves and deal with their own stuff. Right? Nobody got time for it. No one has time for that. Life is short, and I just don't got time to be dealing with all this negative stuff. Especially in America. We in a first world country. We have first world issues. Ain't none of us starving. Ain't none of us drinking out of dirty water. Ain't none of us not able to go somewhere and have a bowel movement and not be able to flush the toilet. You know what I'm saying? But we beefing on the internet about foolishness. Oh, I like this color too. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Oh yeah, I only got 10 more minutes. I'm gonna have to get off. Do y'all see, what was this called? This is Divine Mink. Girl, but for real, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can go to the bathroom, sit on the toilet, handle your business, wipe, flush. Third world countries don't have that luxury. And I think sometimes we forget how blessed we are. Too much is given, much is required. So why we have all this drama? Why we got all this negativity when we live in a world of blessings and prosperity? Queen, this palette was limited edition, and then it sold out in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. So I don't know if she's gonna bring the palette back or not. I know, right? When you turn 50, Pinky? I turned 50 in August. I'll be joining the club. I'll be 50 in August. But I'm telling you, every 10 years, y'all, I go through this like change. I start looking at myself, dealing with myself. And it's like when I turned 30, I did it. When I turned 40, now I'm about to turn 50. I feel the urge to deal with me. Yeah, I don't have time. I don't want to deal with no drama. That's unnecessary. Unnecessary stuff. Right. And the foolishness online is insane. Girl, yeah, we still young. Are you 52? Okay, I'm gonna be joining the club, girl. I'm gonna be joining the club in August. I'm gonna be 50. I cannot wait. God willing, but that is divine mink. But yeah, so protect your energy, y'all. Like, surround yourself with positive people. And now I'm gonna say this. Just because I'm protecting my energy don't mean I'm gonna be blind to situations that's going on. Like, there are some situations where you do have to address, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know how to address everything. Everything you don't even deserve a response. Yeah, you know, it's not emotion. You know what it is, Marlo? It's not that I'm emotionally going through it. I just feel like you feel like I'm your growth. Like I need to grow more. Do that make sense? Like, I don't feel bad about like turning 30 or 40 or 50. I'm actually excited. It was so crazy. When I turned 30, when I was 29, all I would talk about was being 30. When I was getting ready to turn 40, when I was 39, I'm like, I'm about to be 40. I ain't got time for this. That was my saying. Ask anybody that know me, I'll be like, I'm about to be 40. I'm about to be 40. I'm about to be 40. And now that I'm 49 and I'm about to be 50, I'm excited to be 50. But I feel like, it seems like around that time, I always feel an urge to grow, to take a look on the inside and see, who am I? Why I believe what I believe? Why am I doing what I'm doing? What do I need to do next? What do I need to do better? What do I need to remove from my life? I go through that type of phase. You the oldest one here, Pam? Yeah, girl, it's okay. We good. Right, I'm recognizing a new chapter. Yeah. So you cried at 30, you feel great at 50. Yeah, I think we just grow. You know, you gotta grow. And I call it the process. And the reason why I call it a process of pain, because, you know, I always ask God to show me me. And when he do, some things I think that I have overcome and I've mastered. But then when he showed me, I realized, oh God, I haven't really mastered that like I need to. And sometimes that can be painful. Sometimes when you realize the negative things, because we're not perfect. So when you realize the negative things about yourself can kind of be painful. Like, man, I need to get my whole life together. I'm still a work in progress. I have not arrived. Right. It's a sign of maturity. Because I look at people and and I'm not judging them, but if I've known you for a long time, and when I met you, you was 20, and you still acting like you 20 and you 40, it makes me look at you like you're not taking no time for self. I mean, some stuff we're gonna do because it's just who we are as a person, you know what I mean? It's just our character. But then some things we grow. We supposed to grow. You know how they say people be married and they just outgrew each other? One person grew and the other person didn't. You got to take the time to Work on yourself. All right, I've only got 2 more shades. I got 5 minutes and I got to go. We got to take the time to work on ourselves because, ladies, if we, as the elders, the older women, if we don't take the time and deal with our own ish, how are we going to help our younger generation? How are we going to say, hey, pull your niece to the side and speak life into her and speak a blessing over her and help guide her when you can't speak no life blessings and guide your own self because you don't take no time and deal with you? And if you're not dealing with yourself, and when you try to talk to that younger person who really knows you, they're not going to listen to you. They're going to be like, child boo, what are you talking about? You don't even deal with your own issues. You always the victim. And now you're trying to tell me something. And it's our responsibility. No matter even if you don't want it to be, it's your responsibility to be there for the younger generation, to be a guidance for the younger generation. Hedonistic? It's hedonistic? Is this color right here? Yeah, hedonistic. Where am I? It's our responsibility. We definitely need to be aware and have self-actualization. Well, exactly, Marlo, exactly. And you have to realize that just because you went through that process once, you're not good. It ain't a one and done type situation. Oh, I went through the process of pain. Oh, I dealt with myself 20 years ago. I'm good. No, boo. Because in that 20 years, you've had 20 years of different experiences that have happened to you. Okay, Pinky, let's go. This is more of a, this color to me is more of a reddish, let's see. I mean, orangey color. Let's see. Oh gosh, y'all. And when I say these are so soft and so silky smooth, that's the duochrome one? Okay. I love this color. Oh my goodness. This is pretty. And to me, all of these colors are, to me, it could be. Yeah, we still on Pat McGrath, girl. It's taking me forever to get through it because I'm talking. I only got one more shade left. This is beautiful. Yeah. When I'm talking, it takes me forever, girl. But that's what this is. But yeah, sometimes people think, oh, I did that 20 years ago. I'm good. No, boo. You're not good. We got more work to do. And I feel so bad for the younger generation, y'all, because, honey, our younger generation, always room for change. There's a different culture. The next color is Enigma. That's going around, like, for our young women that, first of all, they highly being disrespected on so many levels. They're being disrespected and they're accepting the disrespect. They act like the disrespect is normal. You know what I mean? And then we have this stripper culture, which I ain't knocking nobody for how they get their coin. But now all of a sudden, stripper goals. That's a goal. What? They need some help. And we can't help them if we don't get ourselves together. Oh, I love all these colors. I keep saying, ooh. That's so pretty. I'm gonna show y'all something right quick and I gotta go. I'm gonna wear this one color, and I was just taking like my transition color from NYX. And just add that little brown to it as a matte to kind of blow it out a little bit. It's sloppy, but you see what I'm saying? How you could just do that and make that a one look. Yeah, I gotta go y'all too. But see how you could just take that, add this little brown matte to that. And you can still pull that color up. And you got a whole look. And you can walk out the door. Good night, Marlo. Bam. Mascara, eyeliner, and you're good. But ladies, I have to go because me and my hubby, y'all, we working out. Yes, don't forget to thumbs up the video. And guys, so this week, let's protect our energy and let's also take a look at ourselves and take accountability for the roles that we play. Girl, yeah, I gotta go get that workout on. And I am so grateful to have this palette. Good night, everybody. Good night, Pinky. Good night, Pam. So to all my new subscribers, I see you and I appreciate you. And if you have not subscribed yet, girl, hit that button so that I can save you a seat at the Grown Women's Table. And until the next video, bye-bye, ladies. Bye, Vicky. Bye, Rhea. Bye, Pinky. Bye, Pam. Bye, Lala. Bye, Bridget. Bye, Marlo. Super pretty. Let me wash this off so I can go to the gym and sweat. Love you guys. Why am I? Oh.